but we'll go with it.
Oh, one time, Madison, one time last year I was doing my homework in lunchtime, and some kid said a bad word, and I wrote it down on my paper and turned it in.
Okay. Ha.
Wait, is this a no?
Yeah.
Why is it on white paper?
I ran out of yellow.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. For those people that are OCD, sorry. Faith, do you have a question? Okay.
pH scale.
So, yesterday we ended with this equation. H plus times OH negative is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 14th. This value right here was called Kw. And we said this equation allows us to find the concentration of H plus or OH negative if we know one or the other. Let's do one quick review of this. So let's assume here that I told you the concentration of OH negative is 1 times 10 to the negative 4th molar. And I want you to find the concentration
Are you recording for
of H plus. I am. Thank you. So OH negative is 1 times 10 to the negative 4th. H plus is what we're looking for. We need to try to find that. And we're going to plug in our values into our equation. So we're going to have 1 times 10 to the negative 4th times the concentration of H plus is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 14th. And you might be saying, hey, I figured out how to do this in my head. If you have bases of 1, it makes it fairly easy because what you're going to do when you divide both sides by 1 times 10 to the negative 4th, you're simply going to subtract your exponents. So you're going to have negative 14th minus a minus 4, which turns those double negatives into a positive. So minus 14th plus 4 gives you 1 times 10 to the negative 10th. You got it. So what's that? That is the concentration unit. These values are always given in molarity.
Are they exponents? The exponents always going to be negative?
Typically the exponents are negative because they're very, very small values. Yes, our answer here will be in molar. The concentration of H plus will equal 1 times 10 to the negative 10th molar. You got it. Now the reason we want to... By 1 times 10 to the negative 4th, you add the exponents, so minus 4 plus a minus 10 comes up to negative 14. Yeah, it's weird working with the negatives. Okay. The pH scale is a scale, and it actually ranges into the negatives. You can actually have a negative pH. So you can get down as low as negative 2 if you have, like, for example, 18 molar sulfuric acid. But typically speaking, they are going to give you more questions between the range of 0 and 14, but just recognize you can actually go negative. When you were in this region of 0 to 7, Caleb, what region are we dealing with?
0 to 7?
Acidic,
Acidic,
basic,
yeah.
neutral. There you go. This is our acidic region. From 7, above 7 to 14 is our basic region, and good old 7
That's what I thought you meant. I was like,
is neutral.
just 7.
That's right. No prob.
New.
Now, the important thing to know about the pH scale is that the pH scale is a logarithmic function. Now, here's what that means. Each change of 1 unit on the pH scale and this is the important part, is equal to a 10-fold or 10 times change in the concentration of H+. Each change of 1 unit on the pH scale is equal to a 10-fold or 10 times change in the concentration of H+. Absolutely. The more concentrated you are, the higher your concentration in H plus, the more acidic you are, or the less concentrated you are in H plus, the more basic you are. So here's how it works. pH is equal to the negative log of the concentration of H plus. Now some of you are sitting here saying, oh crap, I have forgotten how to do logs. So let's do a quick log review. How many people feel really good with logs?
I'm like iffy.
Iffy?
Yeah.
Decent?
Put it on the calculator.
Yeah, you can use a calculator. So let's just say if I told you that you have A is equal to the log of C, and I want you to solve for C. Okay, could you solve this expression for C? What would you do? You're going to take C, actually you're going to take 10, the log base 10, and raise it to the power of A, and that will equal
Can I show
C.
you a trick?
Sure. I come around so you can.
Yeah, and I never understood.
Good. I like.
Okay.
Hold on. They need to be able to see your recording. Just come over here. If you can manipulate it, if you need to, just do it under here if you want. So A log.
Okay, so you wanna like, wait, just give me, I don't like the way this is written.
Speak kind of loud.
Okay, if you wanna put it in exponent form,
Mhm.
you start with this like number down here, and you like do a little e
Okay, so
for
10
exponent.
raised to the A.
Yeah.
I like it.
So just do that little e trick for like exponent.
I see exactly what you're saying. So she's saying because log means you have a base of 10, start making that your base, and then draw your E, which means you're going to raise 10 to the A, and you're going to end up with C.
Wait, so goes around what you're gonna draw. A
So
goes to
10,
C.
raise it to the A, and then you come back through and you get C.
That makes sense.
Okay? So let's see if you can figure this out. If I tell you that you have a pH of 5, I want you to find the concentration of H+. If you have a pH of 5, find the concentration of H+. So, to do this, using Zoe's trick, you might want to write it this way. Negative log H plus is equal to 5. Now there is here something really important before you apply her little trick. You got to get rid of that negative. So, how do you get rid of the negative? Divide through by it. So you have log H plus, ladies, is equal to negative 5. Now we can apply her little trick. This is log base 10. So take 10, raise it to the negative 5 to get H plus. So you're going to take 10 to the negative 5th is equal to the concentration of H plus. Okay, what is 10 to the negative 5th? It is simply 1 times 10 to the negative 5th molar. So now you get to know another trick for finding pH. If you have a base of 1 in the number, so such as 1 times 10 to the negative 9th, there's your base of 1. So if this is a base of 1, if you want to find the pH, it's super easy. Did anyone figure it out?
It's the exponent.
Very good. It is the positive exponent if you have a base of 1. Nice job, Madison. So if you have a H plus concentration with a 1 as the base, all you have to do is take the exponent. What if you don't? What if I said, find the pH of a solution where H plus concentration is equal to 1.5 times 10 to the negative third molar. Now you cannot say the pH is what number? 3. Okay, now you need to apply your negative log. So take it and go pH is equal to the negative log of 1.5 times 10 to the negative third, and this is where your second trouble spot will come. Because some people have forgotten how to do this on a calculator. There are 2 log functions on a calculator. What are they?
Log
You have log
and
and you have ln. This has a base of 10. This has a base of e. So the first thing to not mess up with, don't use the ln, use the log. So,
Can you move that? I can't see.
Yep. sure can. What you're going to do now is simply go into your calculator, and by the way, that negative is important. You can't use the normal negative sign, right? There's 2 negatives on a calculator. You have one that's a large negative, which means the subtraction operation, and then you have an actual negative sign. You want to use the negative sign. So negative, now type in your log, which on this one is right here, but sometimes you're going to have to hit second, and if it's depending on what calculator you're using. And then you type in your 1.5. Now, I always use the E button because that means 10 to that power. It's much easier, I think, to go negative log 1.5 E negative 3 than it is to go 1.5 10 caret negative 3. Either one will work, but using the capital E already is saying 10 raised to that power. Now hit enter, and you should find that you get 2.8239. So the pH here is 2.8, we'll round to the hundredths place, 2. 2.82. Great question. It's 8239. But I thought you were going to ask, if there's 2 significant figures, why did I put 3 in the answer? And here's the reason. When you do a logarithmic scale, this first one never counts as being significant, so the 1 2 sig figs match with the 1 2 sig figs after the decimal place. 2.82. Absolutely. They can't be graphing, however. So you cannot use your math calculator. You have to use a scientific, but not a graphic. Okay. By the way, pH, it stands for power of hydrogen because it's logarithmic. So it just means the power 10 of hydrogen. That's what it is telling you. You're going to use what we learned today and what we used yesterday to answer the homework, which is worksheet acid and bases 2. Sometimes they're going to give you OH and ask for the pH. If they tell you OH is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 5th molar, and they want you to find the pH, what do you first have to find? Yeah. Find your H plus by taking 1 times 10 to the negative 14th, dividing by 1 times 10 to the negative 5th to get 1 times 10 to the negative 9th. Then take the negative log of 1 times 10 to the negative 9th to get a pH of 9. Have a good one.